On this episode of Travels with Bill, we're in Winnipeg. Well, actually, we're in Brandon. We're in both places for the Association of Manitoba Municipalities Conference. This happens a couple times a year, once in the spring, once in fall, and the conference alternates between Winnipeg and Brandon. It's an opportunity for all elected municipal officials in Manitoba, plus the chief administrative officers of all 137 municipalities, to come together, learn, and share. We're here pretty early in the morning. This will be full in about half an hour's time to watch the presentation they're just setting up on stage. That's part of what happens at the conference. Lots of presentations and chances to learn.
She is back to kick off the morning, and she is back with another story, because I love my stories. The best team communication boot camp I have ever experienced, hands down, happened when I was 15 years old. Well, I was on the back of a sled strapped to a team of huskies, no word of a lie.
It's actually a really good story. In fact, what she's doing is teaching the entire group this morning about team communication, how important it is for everybody to know what's going on and to keep pulling in the same direction. The story about the dogs is just part of that. If you want to hear the whole thing, you'll have to catch her presentation another day. But it was really interesting, and that's what happens at AMM. We usually start out every morning with a speaker for the whole group. Then we split up into 3 or 4 separate groups where we learn different things. Maybe it's about water, maybe it's about sewer, maybe it's about building roads. Then we all come back together for lunch and repeat again in the afternoon. There's a trade show goes with the AMM meetings as well. It's a chance for municipal officials to come and look at new equipment, see how things work, and share some ideas. Reps are here from all the major companies that tend to sell big equipment, and we get a chance to talk to them, see what's new, and maybe even watch some videos to do some demo work. A lot of municipal officials have full-time jobs, and they don't have a chance to really go and see what's out there, so this is a chance for learning. The entire AMM conference is really a lot of learning for municipal officials, plus a lot of opportunity to make connections. At lunch and supper every day, we see each other, get to meet each other, and find out how things are going maybe in the next municipality over, or more often, the next municipality halfway across the province. As you can imagine, most municipalities have many of the same issues, and by sharing that information and learning from each other, we don't all reinvent the wheel just to figure out what's going on. Aren't those the coolest green little machines? I admit we didn't buy any of them, but they sure look great. We should paint something we already have that color, then it would look that fancy too. It isn't just big equipment, there's a whole second part of the trade show which is kind of service providers. So you'll find everybody here from CN Rail to the folks that look after municipalities from government, and then a lot of providers as well for things like playgrounds, water systems, and it's a chance to kind of meet them and again, learn as you go. You'll recall I was elected Reeve of the municipality of Swan Valley West. Before that, I was a member of council for 4 years, so I've been to a lot of AMM conferences, and I've never been to one yet that disappointed me or made me think, well, that was a waste of time. I always come home with at least 10 or 20 brand new ideas that we could try in our municipality, and many of those ideas have saved us money and made things a lot better over time. So if you ever get a chance to go as a municipal official, well, you should. It's well worth the investment. AMM conferences are usually 2 or 3 days long, depending on whether it's the spring or the fall, and it does alternate between Winnipeg and Brandon, so it's always close to some people, but it means a trip and staying in a hotel for a couple nights. Some municipalities say, oh gee, that's just not worth the cost. I don't think they're thinking quite straight on that, because the training opportunities that come with it are second to none. I alluded to some of those workshops we do during the days, and there's some really good stuff there. Some of that has directly led to our municipality getting well more than $500,000 in grants in just a year's time for some of the projects we're working on. Every conference we have an icebreaker session, and most of the provincial cabinet ministers show up for that. That gives you 2 or 3 hours to bend their ear about what's important to your municipality and help influence those provincial decisions to make things better. It's not an opportunity you get if you don't show up at the conference. Even the Premier usually attends, and you get a chance to say hi. We've moved from Brandon to Winnipeg. We're in the convention center now for one of the winter conferences that happens in late November. We're actually walking towards the big gala evening. That's held every conference too. It's a very fancy meal. You're kind of supposed to dress up, but you know, we're rural counselors, so a nice shirt and jeans will do just fine. I wanted to show you how nice the convention center looks for Christmas. My favorite one of these, we actually had Rick Mercer here doing his little entertainment thing for us. Cool to listen to, and he had some pretty good lessons for us to learn as well. It was a chance to dress up a little fancy and go meet some other members of municipalities across the province. I've never been to one where I don't end up sitting with someone I've never known before, and by spending a little time with them, I learn about their neck of the woods. One time I sat with the folks from Whitehorse Plains. That was a good time, actually. I guess you'd call it St. Francois Xavier, but I always call it Whitehorse Plains. Look at the Christmas lights in the convention center. They do such a good job of decking this place. So in just a moment, we're going to get through here, and I want you to take a look down into the lobby. There are 137 municipalities, which means there's 700 or 800 municipal councillors kicking around the province at any one time. So partly, if you're a councillor, make sure you come. But if you're not, make sure you support your council in coming to the Association of Manitoba Municipality Conferences. It's the best money they can spend to grow as council members and do a better job looking after your area. Okay, we're getting closer and closer. We actually walked over a street there. We're in the newer part of the convention center. We're going to go down the escalator and get that look at Christmas. It just looks so incredible. Awe-inspiring, really. Makes you want to do better and clean up your community, doesn't it? So it sparkles just like this place does. AMM conferences aren't open to the general public. You have to be elected to get to come here. But elections come every 4 years, and almost every municipality could use more people running in their next election. So if you want to come to the conference and learn, well, the first step is run in your municipal election. They'd be glad to have you on council helping out, and you can punch your ticket to the AMM meetings in Winnipeg or Brandon. This is from a few years back, 2018. They were doing fireworks outside the convention center. I just had to show it because it was such an incredible thing. This is one of those gala evenings. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Travels with Bill.